What's up guys, my name is Javier and welcome back to Tool Craze. Over the years we can see that Milwaukee's taking lighting very seriously as they've added several lights beyond their simple cordless flashlights. They've come out with stick lights, floodlights, and even large area lights. And in today's video we're going to take a look at one of their newest lights with their M18 radius compact site light. And just like their other cordless M18 tools, this light is also cordless as it takes Milwaukee's M18 18-volt batteries. This is one of those lights that's designed to light up a very large area, and that's thanks in parts to its very large lighting surface all the way around, and a whopping 4,400 lumens of light output. At 4,400 lumens of light output, this might just be Milwaukee's brightest light yet. And the reason I believe it's called a radius light is because it lights a very large area in a radius, or otherwise known as a circle. And if you take a closer look, you can see that this light has an array of LED lights that surround the entire light to give you a full 360 degrees of light output. And not just that, it also has a set of LEDs on top of the unit to broadcast the light above the light. This way you can set it down in the middle of a room and light up all four walls, including the ceiling. And not every situation is going to need full 360 degree light coverage. So Milwaukee gives you the ability to switch from full 360 degree coverage to only having the light shine in one direction, whether it be the front only or the back only. It also has an impressive light rating of 4,400 lumens of brightness. And just to give you guys a glimpse of what 4,400 lumens looks like, I took out the light to my small backyard at nighttime to see what 4,400 lumens is all about. I put the light near the center of my backyard and it lit up the surrounding walls with plenty of light, and that's thanks to its 360 degree light coverage. And all the walls you can see were lit up about evenly. You can see the back wall of the house, the side wall near the two trees, and the back wall very clearly. Milwaukee also has an M18 lantern light that also puts out a 360 degree light pattern, and I brought it out so we can compare its 700 lumens of brightness to that of the new M18 radius light. Here you can see that the smaller M18 lantern doesn't put out as much light as a larger and brighter radius light, but it still does a decent job as there's plenty of light to go around and I was able to see everything around me. The radius light also has three light output settings, high, medium, and low, with the highest setting being 4,400 lumens, medium being 2,100 lumens, and the lowest setting with 1,000 lumens. Here I set it to medium, then quickly to low. But one thing I want to mention is that the flickering you see here when on low isn't visible in person. This has something to do with the frame rate on the camera and the refresh rate of the LEDs, but you don't see any flickering in person. Even in its lowest setting, the radius light is still a bit brighter than the M18 lantern. It's very close, but just a tad bit brighter. I also wanted to compare the new M18 radius light to something a bit brighter, and the next brightest light I have is a Ryobi 18-volt LED work light with over 1,700 lumens of brightness. This is one of my most powerful lights I have, and it shows as it blasts a ton of light. As we can see here, the Ryobi is easily brighter. It may have less lumens, but it focuses all of its light output in a single direction, so that's why it appears brighter, as opposed to the Milwaukee radius light, which has a much higher lumen output of 4,400 lumens, but it divides all of that light in every single direction. So you're getting light in front, in the back, side to side, and above the light. So in reality, you're getting more total light, but it's not concentrated like it is on the Ryobi light. And here's a look at the radius light with only the front section turned on. As you can see, instead of focusing all of its light output in one direction, it just shuts off the rear LEDs, so only the front and the top are lit. This way you can conserve battery power if you don't need full light coverage and only need light in one spot. And you can also do the same thing and shut the front lights off and light up the back portion only along with the top lights to give you the same application where you only need light in one direction. Although you can't turn off the top section of the lights, as they're always turned on no matter what light setting you use. And before we move on to its physical features, the last thing I wanted to mention regarding its light output is the quality of its light output. One of the things about LED light technology is that usually the light coming out of the LEDs is pretty pale compared to regular light bulbs. Instead of the warm light of light bulbs, LEDs have traditionally been known for a very unnatural white tone, and many times is very cool with a blue cast to it. And you can see it clearly on the Ryobi light, where it gives off a very bland white tone to it, and is even a bit cool dipping into the blues as you can see here. But on Milwaukee's lights, they have a more natural warm tone to them, and this is also evident on the radius light. Milwaukee calls their lighting technology TrueView technology, and it gives off more of a pleasing natural warm tone compared to most other LED lights. This way colors appear more natural and don't get distorted. So all of the physical buttons are located on the front of the unit, with the on-off button in the center, The left button lets you switch between the full 360-degree light, front only and back only, and this button toggles between the high, medium, and low light settings. And as far as runtime goes, when it's paired with an M18 XC 5.0 battery, you can expect to get up to 8 hours of runtime on low, 4 hours on medium, and up to 2 hours on the highest light setting. You also get a nice oversized carry handle on top, and on the bottom of the unit is a handy metal hook so you can hang this light overhead and cast the light downwards just as a regular ceiling light fixture does. The hook itself is pretty neat as it's designed to be self-centering if you hang it on pipes, so you don't have to worry about the light being all lopsided. And it can also accommodate the full width of a 2x4. And besides being a cordless battery-powered light, there's also an AC input on the back of the unit, so you can plug this into the grid using a good old extension cord for unlimited runtime. And Milwaukee also gives us an AC out on the opposite side, so you can plug in other tools you need on the job, or plug in other M18 lights and string them all together. And the last little feature that comes with this M18 radius light is an included security cable. We all know that theft is an ongoing issue on the job site, and Milwaukee provides you with a simple security cable so you can lock down your brand new light. I mean, this light ain't cheap at $299, and that's just for the bare tool only without a battery or a charger. So you're going to want to use the included security cable to tie down your brand new light. You can either tie down the cable at the bottom loop underneath the light right here, or you can use a large oversized handle up at the top of the light to secure the light. And as far as negatives go, I couldn't really find anything to give this light a thumbs down, although when I first unboxed this light, I did expect to be blinded by its 4,400 lumens of brightness. But as it turns out, my Ryobi light is brighter. And that's because it focuses all of its light output in one direction, as opposed to this light spreads all of its light out evenly in all directions. You're getting lots of light in the front, lots of light in the back, the sides, and also on the top. So you're getting more total light output. And the fact that this light isn't blinding is actually a good thing, as nobody wants to be blinded by a light. And I can stare directly at this light safely when it's on, as it's not over the top bright. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these lights, I left you guys a link in the description below that takes you directly to acmetools.com. With every purchase you make, help support this channel so I can make more tool reviews for you guys. Also make sure to like this video, as this also helps support this channel and my work. Don't forget to follow me on social media over at Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And if you guys are interested in more tool info, such as tool news, tool deals, and even more tool reviews you won't see on this channel, make sure to check out the Tool Craze website at www.toolcraze.net. There's always something new on the website, so make sure to check it out regularly. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.